Wow.
Boogaloo.
Films. Bad films. Lots of films. Very, very bad films. Films. Watch that film. Then talk about it. It's Electric Boogaloo with Matt and Keenan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Electric Boogaloo, the show where we make bad films worse. I'm the sheriff in the boot of your car, Matthew Bradley.
Do you want to know why I'm wearing this today? No reason.
No
Keenan
reason.
Groom.
So we watched Rubber, which was a movie.
It's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was a lot. I expected it to be goddamn weird. I didn't expect it to be that weird. Or not weird in that way.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not. The narrative wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be an outright, like Maximum Overdrive, just complete bloodshed. Is what I thought it was going to be.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it.
No, I had a good time. I was just watching it the entire time thinking, what the hell is going on?
It was an elaborate student entry to a film festival that sort of did all right.
I mean, not even a student entry, because the guy who makes it is like a filmmaker. I looked up his other stuff. He has done stuff before and since. All of it's weird. He's like a French avant-garde filmmaker. You kind of expect it to be
Avant-garde,
bizarre.
definitely the word to use.
Yeah.
There. Mm-hmm.
One of his films, we're not even on the topic of Rubber yet, but one of his films, it's about like crime has been eliminated, and then a corrupt cop accidentally kills someone and tries to hide the body. And it's all about how all cops are bastards, which, agreed, good for this time period.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I've never really delved into French cinema.
No.
I feel like it's quite
weird,
but it's penned as artistic, and it's trying to find that thin line between the two. This one I think was on the weirder side than cinematic.
This one was, yeah. I mean, there's French cinema where it's like, consider Death is a man, and he plays chess with people. As an example.
What was that one? Someone Run, wasn't it? The one where it's just a lady running. We watched it at uni.
Like
Run, Susan.
Did we?
Yeah, it was just redheaded woman running.
I don't.
Almost like the Darude Sandstorm music video.
Oh yes, no, I do know what you mean.
Run.
That was God Love Salford Uni. What the hell was that lecture?
I don't know what it's called.
Whatever.
All I can think is like Run Lola Run. That's it.
Run Lola Run. There we go. So some of it's like Run Lola Run, which is a film that's all about just a woman running, trying to escape. And that's what she's running from. And this film is a sentient tire comes to life and kills a bunch of people, and also it's a film about filmmaking, kind of. Ooh.
Yeah.
We can get to it, but do you have a...
Yeah, this was a weird cinema. Essentially, it was a cinema. And I've also got another weird cinema for you. There you go. That's how we link these together, because I'm weird.
I love it. Just to give a bit of behind-the-scenes stuff, Ness, our producer and editor, has been telling us to not bother doing segues because she's going to cut them out. Keenan, 3 minutes into the recording, here's a segue for you.
I've never been on a Segway, no, but I like the idea of them. So
it's not. They're stopping making Segways this year.
I need to Mum, I know you're listening. Okay, next time I come home, we're going to Thetford Forest, and I'm going on a Segway at Go 8 because I really want to. Because one, I feel like if I'm good at it, I could do like little donuts and circles. That'd be fun. Also, if I'm not good at it, you'll laugh because I'll probably fall over straight away.
Also, if they stop making Segways, can Paul Blart 3 be about his quest to get Segways to come back?
Yes.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about your cinema.
Yeah, so another fill in the gap, because I feel like it's working. I'm running out, but it's working at the minute.
Okay.
So this is another worldwide one, a rent one, as it were, like the Soul Cinema we had a few weeks back. This London-based initiative includes your favourite films, amazing locations, and blank. In the summer, events take place on blank and in parks, and the winter, indoor locations.
Okay. It's my favorite films and also terrible ones. I know. I'm going to guess that... Well, no, we've had one that's on water already, so I don't think you would do that again. I'm going to guess this is a cinema that... It's in the London Eye.
I will
genuinely
hone it a little bit. So this is a London company, but it's a worldwide pop-up thing.
Right, okay.
Like the Soul Cinema was like a little caravan you could put in Glastonbury or Helsinki if you wanted to, so you can do that sort of thing.
This is a cinema that is shown on a bus.
I like that idea, though. That's better than this one.
I've got genuinely no clue for this one.
So, this includes your favourite films, amazing locations, and hot tubs.
Oh, okay.
So, in the summer events, the films are shown on rooftops and in parks. So, they set up individual pods,
hot tub and a
hot tubs, so
screen.
also you can have like a 1 to, I'm saying, maybe 6 to 8 person hot tub. I think they said up to 8 people in a hot tub, and they're all lined up like there would be cinema seats. And you can watch your favourite film on a screen, and then in winter they put it indoors. I think it'd be really nice to, like, in winter, somewhere like Iceland, where they do the lagoons, have a hot tub outside. That'd be great.
I'd be very into this. Watching. Do you think this is what the two bros in the hot tub who are 5 feet apart and not gay were doing? Where's company?
So Anthony would have been in America, so I feel like that's a good place to rent this. So I think you are correct, and I feel they were watching Brokeback Mountain at the time.
Yeah, two bros chilling in a hot tub watching Brokeback Mountain because they're a little bit gay.
Yeah. There you go. Anthony Padilla got it completely wrong.
Wait, is that Anthony Padilla in the hot tub?
No, it's his Vine. It's him saying it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
It does not sound like it.
No, but it is him.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
You've like unraveled a conspiracy in front of my eyes. I had no idea.
But no, this cinema does sound fun actually. I think you are right that I think if you go to a colder place, having the hot tub outside would be a more enjoyable experience. Rather than having it indoors, almost like a sauna. No, but you were saying about... Am I agreeing with myself?
I was not. You were just agreeing with yourself.
Keenan,
I agree with you. You're right. But that was your point that you raised.
I agree that you agree with me because I am right. So thank you, Keenan. Thank you,
I agree
Matthew.
with that.
Thank you, God.
Oh. When did God come into this?
Well, he made sentient tires, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Which is another segue. Sorry, Ness. So, Rubber, what to say about this film? It's really weird. I've said that like 8 times this episode already, but it just is.
Yeah. It's a very meta film, isn't it?
Yes. So, I'll have to do like a brief plot summary before we get into details.
100%.
Yeah, so... There's this guy whose name is Chad, which is an important thing to me. He is the sheriff.
I was like, who's Chad? The main
Chad
character was arguably the lady.
The tire.
Of the tire, obviously, yeah.
So there's a sheriff called Chad, and he's hosting an event where you get to watch a film that's happening in front of your eyes. And there's a bunch of spectators here to watch the film, and the film is about a tire coming to life and killing people. The film is supposed to end after like a couple of murders when the audience is killed, but one man does not die, and so they have to play out the entire film, and it's just kind of a tire going around killing people while they're trying to stop the movie from being made. Which it's hard to summarize this film, it turns out, because none of it makes any sense.
I think I might have read into it wrong, but it seemed that because the whole thing was like the audience were going to get poisoned, and that ended the film. The way they were speaking seemed to me that the people the tire killed would not inevitably be dead if the film ended?
Yes, it seemed like the guy, Chad, there's a scene where like he's saying the film's over, but it's not 'cause there's still a spectator. And he's like, oh, well, the dead woman, she'll be fine because it's just a film. She'll get back up.
Yeah.
But then she doesn't because the film hasn't ended.
Yes.
This is going to be a weird one to talk about.
They're basically actors in a film that they don't know about, aren't they? They're living their normal lives, but they just happen to be players in this film that when the film ends, it stops like nothing happened. They go on their normal life.
Yes, but then not all of the players in the film know that.
Oh no, not completely. Like the child and the
Chad.
It's only the two of them, isn't it?
Chad and the accountant, and then the woman seem to know that.
Does the woman know her, or do they just sort of pick her up and just went, "You're part of this now"? That's what I can work out.
She seems to know. Like she's hanging out with Chad and like reading the lines in a script.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, who wrote this? This is terrible." And then she gets dropped off later on, and it's clear that she kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah, she sort of like drove into work essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
At the beginning, yeah.
But then the other actors don't know they're acting.
Yeah, like the motel owner and the child, and
the other cops don't know.
Yeah. Basically, the plot of this film, as in the film that they're spectating, was this rubber.
Film?
I don't know why we're getting annoyed at this. This is what we literally do.
I'm not getting annoyed. I'm just confused.
This is how audience film will we make anything.
Yeah. We usually, for me at least, I usually watch the film the night before and then have time to think about it as I'm going to sleep, and then I can talk about it the next day. We had to push our recording back because my hot water broke. So I'm thinking back to like a couple of nights before now to try and remember what the hell this film was, and it's like a hazy, bizarre mess. But I think it was when I was watching it too.
Yeah, no, so it's not a time thing; it's a film thing. Because basically what it was is the rubber tire was like romantically obsessed with this lady, and was sort of like follow her. Because that's how actually what it says in the description, that he's obsessed with this lady, and he sort of just kills anything in the way, or he sees a body on the way to where she is, they just die.
Before he even spots the lady, he decides to start killing.
Well, because he runs over a plastic bottle.
Yes,
and I think the sound of that and sound of just killing a scorpion then sort of like fuels his desire to do it, because he can't break a glass bottle, because if you go over a glass bottle with a tire, it most of the time won't break, depending on the weight, and then
especially if there's no like car attached to the tire.
Yeah, because you go over on a bike or something, it definitely won't break.
Yeah.
And then
so
from then
uses his psychic powers that the tire has, I guess.
But wasn't telekinesis, was it? It was psionic powers or something.
Yeah, they make very clear that it's not telekinesis; it's psionic blasts or whatever. It might be an X-Men thing. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The audience who are watching the film, except for the one guy who survives, are very, very annoying.
Yeah. No. The black lady was fun, and I quote her like that because that's what she is credited as in the cast list.
Is that her credit? The black lady.
Black lady, yeah. So I'm actually calling her by her character name. There was like teenage and then a name for like the two girls, and then there was film lover or something like that for the two guys, 1 and 2. There was dad.
Yeah. I think one of those two guys is in Community. I definitely recognised him.
I haven't seen it all.
I think he plays Garrett in Community. Not Garrett. Fat Neil in Community. I'm pretty sure.
And then there was a black lady, and then the main guy was called Accountant. That was his name. He just called Accountant.
He looked like an accountant, I think.
Yeah, but that was his character name. The only people that had names, weirdly, were the sheriff, which is understandable, the lady, and then the small boy.
Yeah. Also, the tire has a name. He's called like Robert the Tire.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was looking at this cast. I was looking at this cast list a little bit when I was trying to find some stuff, and the tire is called like Robert the Tire or something. It's in the cast list as Robert the Tire as Robert the Tire.
Yeah, so there's man in wheelchair, there's an accountant, there's teenager Cindy, teenager Fiona.
Yep.
Then there's black woman, dad, and there's cops, and they just randomly given them. So most of them are literally just descriptions, and then randomly the kids. Yeah,
maybe he
names.
gets named at some point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like on Wikipedia, when it had the cast list, it had Robert the Tire as Robert the Tire, which brilliant. I love it.
Weird film.
So the tire.
Good year. Robert as Robert.
There you go.
So that means like he played the character. No, that means So his actor name, his credit is
Goodyear.
Goodyear.
He's
and then
playing a character called Robert.
Robert, and but then it says as Robert. So when they usually do that,
the tire is called Robert.
The as is usually how they're credited in the film, even though that's not their name. Sometimes they change the name and add initials. So basically, his real name was Goodyear. His character was Robert, but he was credited in the film as Robert, as an actor. Okay. So he's Robert playing Robert, but his real name is Goodyear.
But his real name is Goodyear.
It's a tire, man.
He's a tire.
Why go through that effort? Unless it was sponsored by Goodyear, then I understand. I
feel like it's not a good sponsorship for Goodyear. Saying,
not at
all. Buy a Goodyear tire. It will kill you.
Yeah.
Using its psychic powers. The tire runs over a scorpion, and then it breaks a glass bottle with its mind, and then it encounters a bunny, or is it the crow it encounters first?
It's a rabbit.
Yeah, so it encounters that, and it blows up with its mind. The effect of the animals and the people's heads getting blown up is really dumb. It's just like you see the tire and it kind of wobbles a bit, and it plays like intensifying rah kind of music, and then you see the bunny, and it's just like.
That's nothing, I can't say anything else about that. That is what happens.
Yeah. When the bunny explodes, like one of the spectators finds a chunk of it, and then he's told that's not real, you can't eat it. And then later on, one of the actors finds a piece of dead crow and puts it on a pizza, so that's edible, I guess.
Yeah. It depends whether he knows that or not, because he might have been there.
True.
One of the non-ones.
Because he's an actor, but he's not an actor.
Yeah.
Kinda. Who's to say?
Who puts dead crow on a pizza anyway?
To piss off his dad. Is that his dad, the hotel manager?
I thought it was, but I don't think it is.
He doesn't. No, it can't.
And if it isn't, why would you insult and demand a small child to go and bike and get you a pizza?
Yeah, but if it is, then why is the dad like, shouldn't you be in school? And it's like,
you should know.
No, you should know if I'm your son.
Unless they're separated, this dad knows nothing about the child and just happens to be the one day a month that he gets to see him.
Yeah.
Again, trying to find logic in films.
I mean, to be fair, the entire opening monologue of this film is that things happen for no reason in films.
I really enjoyed the opening scene. I thought it was great. The fact he got out of a boot of a car with a full glass of water.
Wait, so you get introduced to the accountant holding a bunch of binoculars, and he's like, here's a bunch of chairs. And a car drives up, breaks every single chair, slaloms destroy all the chairs, breaks. The sheriff gets out of the boot with a full glass of water, and then he pours it on the ground.
I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the whole film, that first monologue.
I did enjoy that. And he's like, why is E.T. brown? No reason. Why does the pianist have to hide in this film? No reason. Why can't we see the air? No reason. And it's like, there's a reason for that one. Also, I'm pretty sure ET is brown because that was the easiest color to make the prop. But hey,
yeah, you just put all the colors together and it'll eventually make brown, won't it? So.
exactly. So any critique we have against this film, the film does have a defense for, which is things happen for no reason. But you know what? We're going to continue to critique it for no reason.
Yeah, I think it's one of these, like this week, it's less talking about the plot because there isn't too much to it. We can't really go scene by scene because what happens is the tire just keeps going and killing things.
Yeah, the tire keeps killing people and the spectators keep spectating. That's the movie.
Should we critique it in order? Do you want to critique it in order and then end on the inevitable, beautiful final scene?
Dude, I can't remember the order of this film. I'm just going to talk about like moments that I can remember.
That's fine. I feel like there's one bit which happens right at the end that I feel like we need to talk about.
Yes, I think I know what you're on about.
But I don't know. The guy in the wheelchair. This is nothing to do with the film. This is to do with his parents. His name is Wings Hauser.
You said it's his parents. That could be a name he chose for himself.
Right, I'm going to blame him. Why did you make your first name Wings?
I don't know, man. I mean, aspirational. Maybe he wants to fly. Maybe he gives me the impression of like a vet. So maybe he was like Air Force, and he's like.
No, this is the actor's name.
His nickname. Oh, that's the actor's name.
Yeah, it's not the character's name. The character's name is Man in Wheelchair. The actor's name is Wings.
That's a dumb name.
There we go. That's the actor I wanted. Yeah. The actor's name is Wings.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's like it's a SAG thing. Oh, excuse me. You can't have the same name as another actor if you're in the Screen Actors Guild. So he was like, well,
no, it doesn't matter about the first name. His last name is Hauser.
Well, his first name's Dougie. Is the problem?
Yeah, but okay, right. Yeah, that's the only other Hauser I know. But why did you change your name to Wings?
Because he likes birds. I don't know.
Don't call yourself Robin then.
It was like I need to give myself a
name. Call yourself like Raven or something. If you
the first thing I see, and then he looked up, and there was a KFC, and he saw like a chicken wing, and he was like,
"Call yourself Ken."
Chicken. Well, after chicken.
No, Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky, okay.
Or like, if you're gonna go for bird, maybe go like Robin. Or if you're trying to be more like edgy, Raven. Or I don't know, Sparrow. Wings.
It's me, Sparrow Hauser.
It's better than Wings Hauser.
Sparrow Hauser sounds like a sidekick in a detective novel. To be fair.
Sounds very old school. Yeah. I like it.
But his name's Wings.
Where's his brain? Where's his tire's brain?
I saw a theory I liked online that explains why the tire has psychic powers and how it's sentient.
Right.
The tire is possessed by 1 million dead dinosaurs who are upset because they've been turned into a tire.
I think that's right, yeah. I can't see anything else. Yeah. No, that's it. So end of conversation. Cool. Thank you. See you next week.
Yeah. So the tire keeps rolling along, spots the woman for the first time. There's a guy who cuts her off, and so the tire explodes his head. And again, the head explosion effect, pretty funny. It's just man staring at tiger.
Don't mind me, I'm just getting a Fox's Glacier Mint.
Oh, and cheeky little Fox's Glacier Mint. This episode is not sponsored by Fox's Glacier Mints, unless they are. I don't think so. This is so unpleasant. I'm going to smack you so hard that shoots to the other side of the room. So, Taya keeps on rolling, kills some more people in the way. No?
While we're still on that guy, the overtaking guy. I don't drive, but I like to think I've got some form of logic here. If you've just filled up your car with petrol or gas because we're in America, and you see a tire just outside your window, you sort of go, "Well, that's a tire," and you leave.
He's like, "I better look at this tire."
He stares at it for about 2 minutes, and then the tire starts wobbling. And
if I saw the tire start wobbling, then I'd start staring because I'm like, "Oh, what's going on with this tire?" And then I would die.
But to begin with. If a tire's just outside your window, you're like, oh, someone's lost a
Oh,
tire.
that's a tire.
Yeah, cool. And then you carry on with your life. But no.
No, this guy's like, I better stare at this tire.
The lesson of this week is, if you see a tire, just ignore it. Then you won't be exploded.
To be fair, the tire does shut down the woman's car at one point, so like nobody's safe.
Oh yeah, in the grand scheme of things, if he drove off, he would have still died. But I'm on about just general human interaction.
Yeah.
You see a tire, you carry on. You would have been killed eventually, but you didn't know that at the time.
The tire goes to a motel and watches TV really, really loudly. That is an inconsiderate tire. I know he's exploding heads, but playing TV very loudly, that's even worse.
Brr. Brr, brr, brr.
Are you cold?
Yes, I am cold. Thank you for noticing. How warm do you reckon you are right now, sir?
Like room temperature. I'm fine.
I'm really cold. Could I take your temperature?
Please don't. You'll kill me.
Thank you. I had this new invention. My name is Lionel. Lionel
All right.
Vinyl. My mum was an avid record collector, and she doesn't understand that you can't change surnames. My name is Lionel Vinyl. And I have this new invention for you. It's called the blanket FahrenDwight from next door. The blanket FahrenDwight from next door. Are you confused?
What does it do?
What it does is, you get a blanket, okay? You can choose a blanket. But then you get a new app on your telephone device. And this app lets you change the temperature of the blanket. But the temperature mimics that of a person that you decide without the consequences. Have you ever thought, I wonder what Mary Antoinette feels like now, temperature-wise?
Old, I'd imagine.
Beep, 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 beep. Change the app. Bam. You're instantly 0 degrees because she's dead. What Sauron feels like right now?
Fictional.
Beep, 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 beep. Nothing happens. He's not real. But in this instance, we'll turn on the fictional filter. Beep, 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 beep. You are now burning up inside because he's an eyeball on fire. But don't worry. There's no consequence of this. You don't die. You just feel like you're about to.
Isn't Sauron also dead?
You're equally 0 degrees and 5 million degrees at the same time. How does that make you feel?
Confused and a little bit intrigued.
So you need to download the blanket FahrenDwight from next door. But only if your neighbour is called Dwight. If not, the name of this doesn't make sense. The blanket Farron Linda from next door sounds a bit weird. It works.
My name is called Mikey.
The blanket Farron Mikey from next door. It still works the same. The name just doesn't sound as good.
So, have you uploaded a different app for every single name of the world?
Yes. I'm working
you have
on
to
it.
find the correct one.
I'm at the minute. I'm on Dwight and Mike, the Farron Mike and the Farron Dwight. I will get there when you, Duncan Valentine, give me £250,000 for 1% of my company.
Oh, that's right. I've been Duncan Valentine this whole time. You want how much for how much?
250,000 for 1%, and he's Scottish.
Make it. I can't do a Scottish accent. Hootsman, give me 31%, and then I'll give you 200.
Duncan.
That was my Scottish accent. I hope you enjoyed.
Duncan, you froze. Have you got the blanket on already?
Have I?
The blanket?
Yeah, what happened was I put on the blanket Farron Mikey from next door, and I set the temperature to Pingu. I put on the fictional filter first, of course, and now I have frozen the Scottish out of me. It was just handy.
So, for you, Duncan, and the people listening, if we get 1 million downloads, it'll be free. If not, it'll be £999 billion. But wrap yourself in the blanket, FahrenDwight from next door, and feel the heat of whoever you want to. Thank you.
Toasty. What an asshole, Tyre. And then the Tyre takes a shower, and then the maid finds the Tyre, and he's like, "Oh, dumb kids playing with this Tyre." Throws it outside, and the Tyre gets all dusty. Poor thing.
Yeah, I
that kills a woman. Which
I know now because don't put a mint under your tongue. If not, you forget how to speak. I know now
the rattliest sweet in your mouth as well.
I know this is because...
What can I put in my mouth to make this recording more pleasant? I know, I'll put in a bunch of gravel and like half a computer's worth of ball bearings in my mouth and just shake my head. That's what you do. Fox's Glacier, you know.
I know now because obviously she was part of the film and it progressed the story. But if you're alone and you're traveling and you have to rent a room at a motel, you don't leave your door open in case you go and get creeper tires. And two, you don't leave a door open if you know you're inevitably going to have a shower.
Yeah. You also don't leave your door open in the middle of the desert because like bugs will get in.
Basically, she's done.
Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
Don't leave your hotel door wide open.
Yeah.
In any instance.
The Tyre sees the woman go swimming, and she walks past it and doesn't think, "Why is there a Tyre here?" She's like,
"It is the American desert. There's going to be tires randomly."
Yeah, there wasn't a Tyre when she got into the pool, though, was there? But to be fair, she knows what's going on, so fine. And the Tyre's like, "Well,
yeah, but if you're gonna play the part, you'd be like, why is there a Tyre? There's a Tyre. Okay, must have.
She's not a very good actor, to be fair. No. She's also the only person who has a French accent in this French-made film. So
she is French.
I assume
all the other performers, all the other actors are American, but she, as an actual lady, is French.
I assume so. That's too convincing a French accent to be a fake one. But she's also not a very good actor.
Talking about the maid as well.
Yes.
Knock, knock, knock. Room service. We're here to clean your room. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know what you're about. And then she like opens the door, and then she sees the Tyre tracks on the bed, which just proves that the Tyres are fidgeting in his sleep. That's fine. She hears the shower going. Okay.
And her first instinct is, I better go in the bathroom and open the shower.
What? Any person in their right mind would go, they're showering. Better leave them, and I'll come back later, or leave a note saying I came in.
At first, she knocks on the bathroom door and says, "I'm in here. I'm cleaning. Is that okay?"
Yeah.
Gets no response, and then she thinks, well, instead of assuming, maybe he can't hear me because of the shower, or perhaps it's a deaf person, or whatever.
Well, didn't she knock on the front door rather than the bathroom door? She did the bathroom door.
No, she knocks on the bathroom door as well once she leaves the shower.
Okay.
But rather than assuming this person must be hard of hearing and can't hear me, she thinks, I better go look and see who's in this shower. Maybe I can see some butt. Maybe a nice testicle. I don't know. But no, she finds a Tyre and dies for it.
Yeah.
Which is why you don't check in the shower when there's a person in it, or a Tyre, or a Tyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't check on the shower that's running, because either you're going to see a naked person who's not happy to see you, or you're going to find a psychokinetic Tyre that's going to blow your head off. And, like, both of those aren't ideal.
Yeah. I have some...
The accountant poisons a bunch of people.
Yes, with aggressive turkey eating.
Aggressive turkey.
So they poison a turkey, which he does kill. I don't know how he cooked it, because there's no oven in this motel room.
Yeah, or, like, why the turkey... Why bring a live turkey? I mean, just... Isn't it easier to just go to a shop and buy a turkey?
Yeah. And so it takes 6 hours for the poison to take effect. and those people love that turkey.
Yeah, they go to town on that turkey.
Yeah.
So they've not eaten in a couple of days, and I can't blame them.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you'd want water before eating a dry turkey, wouldn't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Turkey,
the driest of all the meats as well.
I'm gonna give our lead character some fashion advice. Who wears a swimming costume and cowboy boots?
Was she wearing cowboy boots in the pool?
Yeah. I don't know if she was in the pool, but she was like lying there with a swim costume and cowboy boots.
I mean, if you're confident enough to pull it off, why not, right?
Yeah. And then she goes from that swimming adventure to have some breakfast. While she's eating breakfast, she pours her orange juice on it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then she walks through 2 doors that break.
That was really funny, to be fair.
Like,
what?
what?
Pushes the door, it just falls over. That was funny. So the poison kills all but one of the spectators.
Mm-hmm. Man in wheelchair.
Man in wheelchair survives, but the sheriff is like, Sheriff Chad is like, well, everyone's dead. Time to stop being in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Gets someone to shoot him 3 times.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. This is a fake thing. And everyone's like, no, it's not. The final spectator is still alive, so the movie's still happening. He's like, well, I've been shot, but I'm fine.
Yeah. So I don't know how that works. Surely he should have died.
Yeah.
To sort of like solidify the fact that the movie's still going. And you can die but then when the movie ends, he would then come back to life. That seems fair.
But no, he's like a god, I guess.
Yeah. They start talking about a stuffed alligator. Okay.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
It was an iguana. It wasn't. It wasn't an alligator in the slightest.
It could have just been a really bad alligator.
No, it was completely a form of lizard. It had no long.
Is an alligator not a lizard?
Right, I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of what like connotes a lizard.
Pretty sure.
We're talking about if you asked a child to draw a lizard, they wouldn't draw a crocodile, would they? Right.
Might do if they only know about crocodiles.
Listen, excuse me. We're talking about this guy. We're not talking about my lizard knowledge. We're talking about him. Alligators have long nosal areas and teeth. This was a lizard.
Oh, you're going to tell me a plushy alligator is going to have teeth?
Yes!
It's got to have a closed mouth. It's going to be smiling.
Right, that's it. I'm going to Google because you're bugging me now.
I'm going to find you a plushy alligator that looks like that.
Right, Hamleys. Hamleys is a great source for toys because they're a toy store. Alligator. Alligator, look at it. Open jaw, teeth. Plush iguana.
Alligator, no open jaw, nose normal length.
But look how long, he's a long boy. Do you know what it looks like?
Most of these have got teeth. And you're probably right, but...
It looked like that.
Look at this one. This one's got teeth. Damn
that looks like a crocodile. There's one. It was a lizard. I'm up.
So he's holding that, and that's never brought up again. So why have we spent like 5 minutes talking about it?
Because if you're going to mention it, at least get the animal right.
Well, if not, why is it there? Holding an iguana? You know how he's actually holding one? No reason.
Yeah, I get that. But if it's going to be in there, get the right animal. Or make it really weird, like, why are you holding a stuffed camel? That's so wrong. That is funny.
We'd accept that, yeah. This has made you angrier than I expected.
No, you've made me angry because you can't see it wasn't a crocodile.
I didn't really look at it very hard, I'll be honest with you. I just saw a green thing and thought, that's probably a crocodile, isn't it? I don't know. I see most green things. I think that's probably a crocodile. Like I look
say that about a turtle?
Well, no, I'm looking outside right now, and there's like a bunch of like wood with crocodiles growing off of it.
Yeah, that's fine. You live next to the zoo.
I think they're called trees.
No, you live next to the zoo. That's fine.
Someone sneezes and I think, oh, good, crocodile. see a person. That's why I can't do green screen acting because I'm too scared of crocodiles.
Don't like you. I would like to mention while you're talking about green things, you weirdo, that
Crocodiles, yeah, go on.
I watched this film on Crackle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Crackle puts in adverts like it would if it was on a normal American TV show, regardless of whether it be streaming or not.
Okay.
The tagline for Crackle is "Chicken soup for the soul entertainment."
Chicken soup for the soul is like a trademarked thing. They shouldn't
Entertainment.
do that.
Okay. And during it, I saw a wonderful insurance advert starring Shaquille O'Neal. Okay. Shaquille O'Neal was
the
just...
guy who owns Happens.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal was just enjoying his sweet life in his house, reading a book. And all of a sudden, a rock hits the window. And outside, there's a lady holding...
The rock hits a window.
Yeah, holding a sign like in Love Actually. Like, Shaq, take me back sort of thing. And it's like...
Take me, Shaq, yeah.
You know what? I will take you back. He's obviously seen that he still loves her. And then the shot changes, and then like about 40 people just enter his house.
Well,
are these all his past lovers? His wife and the pizza man? Like, that's who it was. It was like, it was her, then there was like a pizza delivery guy, there's a child, there's an old man. It was weird.
I can't talk to explain this advert because I haven't seen it, and I have very little idea what you're talking about. All I can say is I think it's hilarious that Shaq is like just shareholders for Papa John's now. And
it was a weird advert to see.
They recently did a pizza called the Shaqaroni, which was just a pepperoni pizza with Shaq's name attached to it.
I think it's really, really big bits of pepperoni.
You'd hope, wouldn't you? Also, Shaqaroni. Sure, it should have been macaroni.
Yeah.
Like a mac and cheese pizza.
Oh, this is the thing. I thought you were making it up.
No, this is real.
Oh.
Shaq's a major stakeholder in Papa John's. So it's a true fact.
Oh, I thought it's just because I mentioned the pizza guy.
No. This is a real thing. I couldn't make up something as funny as Shaq owning Papa John's. Anyway, we're very off track.
This was part of the film for me. It was just as good.
Yeah, just rambling.
Yeah.
They send the accountant again with like a big table full of food to poison the man in the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And the man in the wheelchair is like, no, I'm good. So the accountant eats all the food and dies. The food he poisoned himself. But, I mean, he couldn't resist them eclairs, which look more like profiteroles to me than eclairs, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're not
profiteroles, just eclairs cut into four.
Yeah, and a crocodile's just a green thing.
Yeah.
And then they find that the tire's killed a bunch of people because it watched a tire fire.
Yeah, so the tire, I put down tire massacre equals human massacre. Oh no, loads of tires are being burned. Better kill every human.
Better kill a bunch of humans, yeah. So they find the tire and they rig up a dummy that's got a bunch of bombs attached to it. And the thing is, like, if you blow up the head of this dummy tire, you'll blow up the bombs and kill yourself. And that doesn't happen.
Well, how that works. Say I was holding something in my body, cut off my head, I'll fall over, but nothing will happen.
Yeah. That's like saying if you microwave a fork, then your toilet will break. No, your microwave will break.
Yeah. That was a very, very loose connection, but it does make sense.
Yeah. I didn't know where I was going with it when I started.
You can tell.
That's how a lot of my life is. So that doesn't work. So the sheriff is like, well, I'm just going to shoot the tire then. And he does. He's like, film over, here's a dead tire. But the spectator is so determined to get a like dramatic ending.
No, because he wants it to be a massive thing. Like, the whole thing is, what he wanted this film to be is what I wanted this film to be. Like, I saw a trailer of this, and I was like, this rubber tire is just going to go around and just do loads of crazy things. Like, blow up a building or run over a child or something. I don't know.
You wanted to see child getting killed by tire?
I'll just run over.
Well, apparently what happened in the making of this film was the guy got about halfway through writing a script like that, and then realized it would be really boring to watch 90 minutes of just a tire killing people. So
That'd be great.
A weird meta narrative thing as well.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah. I don't think it was that the film itself would be boring. It was that he was like sick to death of writing tire killing scenes, and he was like, "I'm just gonna write a meta narrative too. Why not?" So the tire, assuming this is 1,000 dinosaur ghosts, as we suggested earlier, is now in control of a tricycle.
The best reveal of the film.
Brilliant. The tricycle seems to have stronger psychic powers as well. Because when he attacks the man in the wheelchair, instead of blowing his head, he just explodes the hell out of that man in the wheelchair.
Well, it's because he's got 3 tires.
Yeah, he's got triple his power now.
And maybe the smaller it is, the more condensed the energy is.
Oh, it's like changing a hammer for like a nail.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean. But you get what I'm
that
saying.
Makes sense, though. Yeah, you get a hammer on the forehead, or you get a nail on the forehead.
To be fair, I'd probably rather have the nail, because a hammer thought it's going to crush my entire thing. Whereas a nail's just going to like, ow, I got stabbed a bit.
You hammer a hammer onto your head, you hammer a nail onto your head, the nail's going to hammer.
Yeah, I'd rather you hammer the hammer. Well, here's the thing. My head's very soft compared to like... It's like, would you rather, if you had a big thing of steel protecting you, would you rather hammer a hammer a nail into it? You'd rather hammer the hammer because that wouldn't break the steel as well. However, my head's going to die either way, so I'll take the nail because it's less area damage.
So we've established is whatever happens, you're going to die.
I'm dead no matter what.
That's fine. Into that conversation.
So I'll just hammer and like stake into it. I don't care at this point.
Add some nails to my basket. There we
Oh,
go.
this is getting murdery about the second. I'm into it. The tricycle blows up the man in the wheelchair, summons a bunch of other tires, and then like heads to Hollywood, I guess. The implication.
Yeah. So, are they there to make more films? Are they there to overthrow the film industry?
The idea is like they're here to kill us in the audience, maybe.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the credits, or part of the credits, I can't remember what it was. The man is like, he just does the speech again. Chad does the no reason speech again for a new audience, which I guess is us.
Yeah. We know.
And then we don't die because tires aren't alive.
Yes.
Oops. And that's rubber.
I felt very White Bear vibes in this film.
Kind of. White Bear's like
Charlie
really
Brooker
good.
Did it better.
Yeah.
But also, the first scene of this film, when the tire is getting up, keeps falling over, or the bottle and stuff. I'd like you to imagine that as a Pixar short and how good that will be.
Yeah.
Before obviously running over Scorpion, because Pixar would do that. But the rubber trying to get...
I'd like to see Pixar do a film where the like a sentient main character, it's like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if fish could talk? Wouldn't it be cool if your emotions had emotions? Wouldn't it be cool if this tire could kill us all?
But like the tire waking up and trying to get up and then trying to learn how to walk and falling over and things like that. It'd be quite nice having the tire like a child and finding sounds. And I just think it would be great as Pixar.
I just really enjoy it if at the end of this Pixar short, though, it did kill someone. And that's how the Pixar short ended.
Like in Bao, when she ate her child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually on Electric Boogaloo, at this point in the show, we would do a segment called Filmosophy, where I would bring you 3 quotes from an actor or director involved in this movie, and it would be inspirational and then done. However, this film does not have anyone famous enough in it to have quotes on a quote website like that.
Yes.
So I could not make a Filmosophy this week. Rest in peace, that bit. And by rest in peace, I mean it'll be back the next time we have a famous actor in a movie. What I have done this week is a new game for you, Keenan.
Oh, I love games.
Ooh. This is a game I'm calling Sequel Bait. So what I have here is 3 upcoming sequels that are in pre-production or production currently.
Yes.
You simply have to tell me which of these is not a real sequel.
Well, that means I had to have Red things. Go on. See how I do it.
Yeah, you'll just be able to guess maybe. So the first potential sequel up and coming is The Boss Baby 2. There's no plot been announced for this yet, but it's due to release March of next year, and will have Alec Baldwin returning as the Boss Baby.
Okay.
Oscar nominated The Boss Baby. I apologize. The second sequel I have for you, Passion of the Christ: Resurrection. A sequel to Passion of the Christ in 2004. This focuses on the events that occurred 3 days between the crucifixion and the resurrection, and will have Jim Caviezel as Jesus. It's due to release summer 2021. The third option I have for you, Johnny English: One Last Ride. Johnny English is on the run from assassins, led by an evil twin, also played by Rowan Atkinson. Due to release early 2022. Which of these is not a real sequel?
I'm going to ask you now. Are you trying to mug me off and they're all real? There's one actually false.
I guarantee one of these is actually a false.
Okay. Right. Boss Baby is doing really well at the minute. As in, like, it's got a lot of...
Is
it's
it?
like there's like animated TV series and stuff on Netflix and things.
It has a Netflix series that didn't do well.
As in, like, they're carrying on the franchise. What I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So it seems like it would have a second film.
Mm-hmm.
Passion of Christ, albeit the least plausible in my brain, seems too bizarre for you to think of.
I mean, you've met me.
But it's such a specific actor that I don't think you'd think of them.
What, Jim Caviezel?
If you were to pick someone playing Jesus and you were making this up on the spot, you would not pick Jim Caviezel.
Well, I'll say this. I didn't make these up on the spot. The one that is fake, whether it is Passion of the Christ, Boss Baby, or Johnny English, I did write it in advance. So I would have had time to research to find a weird actor.
I don't like you. Johnny English.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it had already finished.
See, that's the thing. I thought that as well. When it had the second one back in like 2000 and whatever.
Then it had a third. Then it had a third.
Then it had a third one, and now it's having a fourth one.
Right. My answer is Johnny English, but it's the one I want to happen the most because Assassins, led by Rowan Atkinson against Rowan Atkinson, seems the most fun film out of these three. But I feel it's the one that you made up.
You've caught me out.
Yeah.
Johnny English: One Last Ride is not a film that is in production currently.
It should be.
I say currently because it will be. Whether it's this plot or not, there's going to be a fourth Johnny English film as soon as Rowan Atkinson needs to pay off his bills more.
That's
I love you, Rowan Atkinson, but come on.
I think if he was to revise anything, he should do like one more special of Mr. Bean, just like a one-off.
He'll do more Mr. Bean in the future. If he wants to revive something, do another series of Blackadder. That's what the people are craving, Rowan.
Yeah,
Passion of the Christ: The Resurrection is a film that is going to happen.
That's like what, nearly 20 years.
Passion of the Christ is 2004.
Yeah,
so 17 years after the original.
There's
been longer gaps between sequels. Plenty of times.
Yeah, but Passion of the Christ?
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. It's a dumb idea and they shouldn't make it. Especially since Mel Gibson's a terrible human being. He's still directing it. He's just not playing Jesus anymore. Jim Caviezel is.
I can't even picture what he looks like. I can't remember what Jim.
He's like the most average-looking human being.
Jim, Jim, yeah.
If you told an alien draw a human being, they'd draw Jim Caviezel.
How do you spell his name? Jim Caviezel.
Caviezel. Caviezel.
Okay. No.
He looks like a human being.
He doesn't look Middle Eastern enough to be Jesus.
You're not wrong there, but then neither did Mel Gibson. So
Yeah, just get Rami Malek to do it. He's Egyptian.
Yeah. Or don't make another Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, well, I mean, first and foremost, don't make another Passion of the Christ film, Ness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was sequel bait. I hope you enjoyed your break from philosophy.
I did. I just.
So we get into the fun bit of our show now. We make up our own bad movies. All right. So I think
no reason.
Should we be making like really weird meta films or films about like other things coming to life? Maybe.
Can we try and do both? Can we try and find a inanimate object that becomes sentient and does something, but there's also some form of meta message? Is there a way of doing?
I think
both?
We can do that. Yeah. So here's my.
I feel like I think you're stronger at being meta, so I'm going to put it into your universe.
Okay. Right. So you want me to go first, and you're going to build something that goes into my universe.
Yeah, I think that's the safer thing. If not, mine would be weird.
That's what we want. So I'm thinking. My film is called Chairs. And what happens is the first scene of the movie is you see a plane crashes into the desert. And then the doors open and there's no passengers inside. And all the chairs start getting up and climbing out of the plane. And the entire film is just watching a bunch of chairs move through the... It's not going to be a desert, actually, because rubber's in the desert. This is in a jungle. The plane crashed in the jungle, the chairs get out. And it's just them moving their way through this jungle and then crushing people in their, like, folding forward seat bit.
So it's like Planet of the Apes, but with chairs.
Planet of the Chairs. That's the name of the film. It's Planet of the Chairs.
I like this.
And how it becomes
Do they
meta.
speak?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to work out how we're going to get some people in.
Oh, the victims are going to be all celebrities.
Okay.
So, like, the first victim, he sees a chair in the middle of the jungle, and he's like, oh, thank God, I've needed to sit down for so long because I've only got one leg, and I'm Adam Hills. From The Last Leg. I thought I didn't need to clarify who that was. I said, I'm Adam Hills.
Does he have one? Does he have
he's got one. I think he's just got one amputated.
One. No, he has one, yeah. I think he is. I think you're right.
Yeah. And then the next time Son encounters a chair.
Sorry, this is really tangential. Do you want to know why I know he's got one leg?
Sure.
I saw The Last Leg live at a festival once, and both him and Adam. No, he's Adam.
Yeah, Alex.
They both have one prosthetic leg, don't they? We did a crowd surf relay race with their legs. So they took them off and split the audience in half, and we had to like crowd surf it forward and back, and they had to put the legs back on. That's how I remember they've got one leg each.
In this movie, he gets crushed by a chair.
Yeah, sad for him. He can't do this relay anymore. But yeah.
I mean, he's acting. We'll get to the meta bit in a second. But so other celebrity cameos who get crushed by chairs. Jim Caviezel shows up and he's like, I'm taking a break from playing Jesus in Passion of the Christ, and I want to sit down in this chair. And he does and gets crushed. Jessica Alba shows up and she gets crushed by a chair. And then so does Desiree Birch. I'm just naming names that come from my head. And what happens is when they get crushed by chairs, they go to Celebrity Heaven, which is run by Jim Caviezel. No, that's not what the name I was trying to say. Steve Buscemi. Why did I say Jim Caviezel again? He's on my mind.
You've got a new god.
No, I don't. It's still Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi's there, and he's like, welcome to Actor Heaven. You've all been playing parts in this movie. You are characters played by actors, and now you're actors playing actors, because this is still part of the movie. And Adam Hills leads a rebellion against Steve Buscemi God to try and break out of the movie. And as soon as they kill Steve Buscemi God, the movie ends.
It's like a weird This Is the End mixed with what's it called? What's the word?
Fantasia?
No. What's the name of the film?
Describe it.
Truman.
There we go.
Yeah.
And the one who actually, most of them are like, well, we can try to rebel, but we can't kill God until the guy who plays the mountain in Game of Thrones shows up.
Or
And he,
yes.
yeah, and then they're like, well, you can probably do it, and then he does the thing from Game. They don't even show Steve Buscemi's head getting crushed. They show the clip of Oprah and his head getting crushed from Game of Thrones with Steve Buscemi badly edited over it. And after that scene, it's the end of the movie, and it rolls the credits. And the post-credit scene is a trailer for your movie.
Yeah. So I'm committing to the first word that I thought of in my head. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going with it.
Yes.
The trailer opens on a school field on a bright summer's day. Children are laughing with their egg and spoon races and their sack races and their wheelbarrow races. Parents are happy because their child won a little plastic medal and the pride of being the fastest. What's that? A dad falls. A mother falls. A baby falls. Red flashes. Green flashes. Blue flashes. The bean bags are alive.
Oh, I knew that was going to be, if you said green flashes, I was like, oh, it's going to be bean bags in it. It's either going to be bean bags or the little cones.
The cones would be well funny, like a little disc. But these, obviously, just to elaborate and clarify, these are the small little sand bean bags you have to play games with, not the ones you sit on. All of a sudden,
Yeah, go on.
thunder strikes, and the beanbags descend from the heavens like acid rain. Oh, ha ha ha! I have got you now, puny humans. The voice of Poseidon rings.
Who's playing Poseidon?
Richard O'Brien.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Haha! You got him there, brother. The voice of Zeus rings, played by Ed Tudor Pole. I don't like why you did that. Why did you do that? But you know what? I liked you did that. The voice of Hades rings, played by Richard Iowati.
So it's the Crystal Maze host as the Greek triumvirate of gods.
I don't know what my moral is.
Can I suggest?
Yes.
The rest of the film just like the rest of the film plays out just like bam, bam, bam. People get killed by beanbags. The gods hang out, etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the film ends, and the entire time the audience is thinking, "Well, this is from the same company who made the very meta Chairs movie, and this is a direct sequel to it.
Yes.
Where's the weird meta-ness?" And then the post-credit scene, it is...
Oh, so it's all until the post-credits.
It's Stephen Merchant, who hosted Crystal Maze for one special.
Yes.
And he's playing Dionysus.
Yeah, I think like him or Hermes, I think, are the ones to be.
I think Hermes actually is good, yeah. He walks in as Hermes and goes, "Bet you're waiting for the meta thing to happen, weren't you? Well, this is the meta thing. Bye." End of the film.
I like it because it's like the second post-credit scene of Spider-Man when Captain America's
patience is a virtue.
I loved it and hated it the whole time. You wait for the whole credits. He's like, "Remember to be patient."
It's pretty good.
Beautiful.
Pretty
joke.
good.
So yeah, that's what that is. The Greek gods. So basically, what was established is this Earth is like the Crystal Maze.
Yeah.
Maybe there's one person.
Can you start the fans, please? And then a giant fan falls on someone.
Maybe one child does escape because he's won the Crystal Maze.
Because he gets enough gold tickets.
Yeah, because he's won all the sports day things.
And then that child is Loki. And it turns out this is the Norse rebellion.
I think he's got to be. He's got to be
like
some
a Roman god.
He's got to be some funky Greek one who's like still wants to go against the gods. I think he's going to be like a Prometheus or Pan. I think it should be Pan.
I'm trying to think of who fought the gods and did well. Because when the Greek gods showed up, no one kind of beats them.
No. Can anyone defy them? I suppose Aphrodite
the
did.
Romans, maybe.
The actual Romans.
Yeah,
he's the Trojan.
His name is Roman, and
yeah, because all the heroes were employed by the gods, weren't they, to do things? So it didn't really matter.
It's the whole thing where like the Titans beat the Primordials, and then the gods beat the Titans, and then the giants tried to fight the gods and then lost. And so this kid's just called Roman. He's meant to represent every Roman who ever lived.
He's basically what he is he's the next wave of religion who stopped the Greeks from ceasing to exist because they thought of new philosophies.
And he is played by the royal baby.
Yes. King George.
Prince George?
No, it's George, but he's king now. That's how far in the future we're making this film. He's king.
Okay. But he's still a child.
Yeah.
This is going to be a bad few years for the royal family.
He's like Tutankhamun. She's about 13. That's my film. It's called...
So, this has been Electric Boogaloo.
Don't bag on red. It's like a casino joke, and then they die.
Is it? So thank you for watching Electric Boogaloo. This has been one of our weirder ones, but we say that every week. But this time we mean it, because no reason. If you've enjoyed it, give us a like, give us a comment and a subscription. Check out our advert compilation video from a few weeks ago. Yeah. That is one of the funniest things on this channel, I would argue.
What we've established is we say things and Ness makes us look funny.
Yeah, thanks, Ness.
Because we aren't funny.
We're kind of, well, no. And I think that's it. Keenan, would you like to give us the famous outro to Electric Boogaloo?
Have you ever wondered why butters fly, but margarines don't? No reason. Have you ever wondered why I have a Lego elephant right there? No reason. Have you ever wondered why when you're facing backwards with a mirror, it's really hard to distinguish left from right, up and down, and perspective? That's because everything's backwards. So that's your own fault. Have you ever wondered why I can't seem to end this video?
Please let us stop.
Thank you.
Bye.